Welcome to a brand new 5 Heart Podcast live on your favorite streaming platforms of your choosing, YouTube or X. Facebook got lost. I don't know what happened to Facebook, but I digress. This is your trio, your tripod, your Thursday night entertainment. Greg Mahochko, Fred Sacco, and the face that runs the place. In the Alice the maid position, it's Minnie Hunt. Minnie, Fred, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Really good. Dealing with the snow.
Yeah, didn't you guys get 5 inches of snow?
Of snow, yes.
Fred. Guys, guess what? We finally heard something from Nebraska football today.
You can't say guess what and then not give us the opportunity to guess.
I can't help it. I'm so excited. I can't believe it.
All right, try again.
Guess what, guys?
Fred, you first.
I don't know.
All right, I do know.
Say something today?
I know. This is my go-to guess what answer for decades. Say, guess what? Oh, did the 5th dentist finally cave in and now they all recommend Colgate?
That's actually
going to be that kind of night, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize in advance.
Wow. Ugh.
Well,
it's not too late to bail.
No. I've been through tougher times than this. Trust me, we're all good.
All right. So I want to.
What's the news?
Let me just talk. So last night when I was creating the stream, or this morning, I wanted to name it "The Spring Has Sprung." And this was before we had the press conferences talking about spring ball, which is so exciting. We heard from Matt Rule. We heard from Rob Ort, our new defensive coordinator, who is, I think, him and our beloved, what's that guy's name who knows everything about the X's and O's that goes on with you on Sundays?
Oz?
Yes. He's they're related, I think. They even look alike. They speak the same language. They're football freaks. So we heard from him, and we heard from Dana Holgerson, and we heard from a couple players. So this is a really exciting day. And I'm drinking the Kool-Aid already. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Everybody mark your calendars, February 19th. 2026, the day that Minnie was back on the bandwagon.
Yep, it happened just like that.
Bandwagon, however.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't. Okay. If you have, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to the press conferences or not, but Rob Ort, there was so much football lingo. And, he is chomping at the bit for people to ask him football questions, right? And his style of giving answers is very football oriented. It's very laser focused. Dana Holgerson, whom I love, who I still think we should call our chat the Holger Maniacs. He gives it more of I've been doing this for 33 years. I don't exactly have a system per se. We just do what our personnel is good at. I kind of like that too.
What are they good at?
Well, we'll know that by fall, hopefully. He actually admitted that we didn't know what we were good at till the 6th game into the season last year.
If that's self-effacing, prep school palaver, good for him. But if not, then that just shows that he ain't too fucking bright. I just can't. I don't know. I can't believe that.
What?
Also, to that point, how are you going to say we didn't know who we were till the 6th game and then
what we were good at?
Okay, what we were good at. But you should know that stuff.
It's because there were things happening, Greg. And we played powder puff teams, remember? Except for Cincinnati.
We played Michigan the 4th game of the season.
Yeah, we kind of knew what we were doing. I don't know. I get what he's saying. Like there are things that emerge in a game that you're just like, oh, we're really good at that.
We were
Living in
good at that.
Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says we got pretty good at being sacked.
Yeah.
Damn
we
straight. Whew, we set
We did.
records.
We made mediocre defenses look top notch. Looking at you, Minnesota. Sorry, Minnesota Tony, if you're
The
watching.
Holgerson thing reminds me of the year before when, we were how many games in and we still didn't have a long snapper and we still weren't sure about kicker and we didn't know what we were doing on special teams like 5 games in. It's like, get it together, I don't mean to throw your Kool-Aid out the window, Minnie, but I'm going to throw your Kool-Aid out the window. I can't with that. Oh my gosh.
You can't with that. Here's the reason why. Okay.
I would say on top of that,
no.
It shows a lack of preparation.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry. Minnie's back to being like all gung-ho. This is the off season that people wanted. They don't want me being Mr. Nice Guy. They want Minnie being, sunshine and puppies.
Calandria must have accepted Minnie's friend request on Facebook. I bet that's why she's so happy.
Who did?
Calandria. He must have accepted Minnie's.
Oh my gosh. Listen,
they did, Tony.
I don't want to misquote anybody, okay? But Dana Holgerson did say, I know what I want to do. He said, I spent all January looking at cut-ups. This is all he does. He lives and breathes football. This is it. And he goes, but I don't know what our team can do best yet. And he kind of hinted around, he's like, by fall camp, we'll know. Because he's like, I'm not like back in the old days when he was running air raid. He knew, okay, this is the air raid office we're going to start running. He said between 2015 and 2017, he had a whole different looking offense because he had a different quarterback that could do different things. So maybe that'll help you guys kind of put this into context. It's not that we don't know what we're doing, okay?
It's just that we don't know what we're looking at, or after all the cut-ups and after all he does is study film, he isn't sure what he has. But other than that, they're all over it like, deal him on a donut.
We do have new players on our team. I don't know if you've been aware of this.
I am aware.
Okay.
I'm happy with a lot of them. Yeah, it's going to be great. Like, I love the quarterback room, as people always say, but I like our quarterbacks. I like the new offensive line additions. I'm excited about that. They need to make it gel,
Yeah. You know what, Fred? I think our defensive coordinator will impress you.
Okay.
With his gelling capabilities. Boy, does that guy just throw a whole lot at you. I just felt it go, whoo. I need an interpreter.
What?
An interpreter.
Can you interpret
for
me?
Like a sentient robot from the future that came back to kill Dana Holgerson, I think. So we got to watch out for the
robot who can interpret. Okay, so Rob Orich, he was asked specifically what we're playing, right? And this is exactly what we're playing. This is verbatim. Split safeties defense, majoring in quarters and cover 7. Bracket variations, kind of from the Saban tree, Mike McDonald, Jesse Mentor. Split field defense mostly, coverage variations from there. 4-2-5 personnel with rush stood up to the boundary with weak side defensive end.
All right, now what does all that mean, Minnie? Can you translate for the lay people?
Go.
2 safeties, splitting the field in the back. I do know that. That's all I know. The quarters is with the nickels, and I don't know what bracket variations is. I haven't looked that up.
To me, that almost sounds like if they're going to potentially double or guys will bracket a certain section of the field or something. That's just a guess, though. I haven't heard that term myself, so it's not the guess there.
I think you're right, because he did say when we start off, we're going to look really simple, but then we get more complex. So I think you're onto something.
Well, that works because we're the simpletons in chat, as Matney said earlier. So maybe us dumbass simpletons will be able to understand that fancy defense that Orich is bringing to town.
4-2-5, split safeties.
I'm happy with the 4 linemen. I've seen a lot of other people in the comments have said the same. I think you need it in the Big Ten, even though it's, we're, we're seeing different offensive and different styles, but you still need to have 4 linemen, I think, just because it's simpler. It's easier to get 4 down the way you play a 4-3 or 4-2 instead of a 3-4 or whatever, because you got to have 3 road grader types, and it's hard to do that in the NFL, let alone in college.
It's true. It's true. And he was asked specifically like what he went after in the transfer portal, and he's like, I'm going to just be honest, big bodies. That's why a lot of guys didn't follow him from San Diego State, is because he was looking for bigger bodies in the Big Ten. You got to have these 6 foot plus 2, almost 300-pound guys. By the way, Cam Lenhart moved to defensive end.
I thought he was anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, so did I.
I don't think so. I think he was used a lot in the center, in the 3 down front guys that we had.
Maybe I'm just remembering his Rules first year when he had all those sacks against Colorado. Maybe that's the only time I just remember him. Felt like he was off the end on that, but they could have changed. I don't know. The defensive line got mauled so much I couldn't tell you who was where half the time.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, that's a good question by David Matney.
What's the question, Fred?
Is the defense going to know the play call this year?
Only time will tell.
Maybe they'll figure that out by the 5th game too. I hope so.
6th game.
6th game. Oh shit. We gotta dick around for 5-6 games and then see what you got. It's like the NFL. Maybe we can get a wild card berth.
Fred, you know what? Maybe we should, instead of sending Andy to these press conferences, we should send you.
Do it. I don't care. They get rid of me after 1 day. Fuck, after 2 questions, probably I'd be done.
Nebraska Strong GBR says RD will regress just based on the schedule alone. I don't know. I feel like when I look at the 2026 Nebraska football schedule, I have a feeling that it's more like forged in the fire. I don't know. I mean, it's February. I talk about sunshine pumping. I'm the perpetual optimist, and I'll never not say Nebraska's going to win, right? Spoiler alert for August. But this team has the ability to, or potential, or we hope, to just get better as the season goes. And I know November's going to be tough. We talked about this before with, one home game and going to some pretty unfriendly places. But I mean, I think especially in February, it's just way too early to count the team out.
Oh,
let's let them play the damn games.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. Greg, you are so right. Because every team has to, in this day and age, I mean, you're losing guys. You only have a certain number of spots, right? You're losing guys to the portal. You're losing guys that are graduating. And you have to fill those spots. So every team can look different year to year. Especially with the landscape that we have going on right now. It's really interesting. I'm excited to see I'm not counting us out. I know our schedule is supposed to be tougher next year. I still don't care. I still think that we are going to make some major strides this next season.
I'm really interested to see, because I know that I saw a clip online today from Dana Holgerson's presser talking about, I think the question was maybe alluding to some disappointment by the fans, and Holgerson even called him out like, the fans or you guys, talking about why we didn't seek out a running back in the portal. He says, look, we really like what we saw from Mozee And
would you not steal my thunder? Are we there yet?
I don't know. I don't have a format.
this car ride?
I'm just freestyling here.
You're all over the place.
Go
Have
ahead.
you even welcomed the people that are here in chat?
Yes.
We didn't have a chance. You kind of backed up the Kool-Aid truck and hit us with the fire hose. So
I'm sorry. I'm
Man.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, chat. Minnie didn't invite you guys or say anything or acknowledge you at all. So, but she's that excited.
I'm just glad we're not talking about breakfast pizza. Okay.
Well, now you mentioned it, Fred.
Hey.
I made another breakfast pizza this week. Did you?
Yes, I did. I made one with smoked salmon.
Oh, now that does not sound appealing to me, but I'm sure that there are people in the chat who are more health minded.
Really good.
Look at this. Look at this. I got a koozie. Thank you. This is courtesy of our friend here, Greg. He had 2 extras, and they're littles, so he sent them to me.
They're the tall and slims, which is not me.
Me neither. I'm short wide. That's all right.
Short round.
Hey now.
Dr. Jones.
Oh, man, turning into Minnie there. You can start talking about the strength of the Polynesian people next.
No. We all know that is not his actual voice, and so it's fine. Besides, if they don't understand the reference to short round, that's shame on them.
Indeed. Shame.
Let's see. Mr. Matney says, I believe last year at this time we were discussing the Dylan Raiola statue after he won the Heisman. It's so interesting. Can we take a quick departure and talk about Dylan real quick?
Ooh,
I know we're not supposed to because he's not a Nebraska Cornhusker anymore.
I'll do the Dylan even.
But I came across this I think earlier today, and I want to show this graphic up. This is the NIL package that Oregon used to lure Dylan from Nebraska to Eugene.
This is real?
No. But why'd you have to ask that question? Because it ruined the joke. Oregon's NIL offer says $1.8 million upfront to commit, and another $1 million if he's a Heisman finalist. A signature Oregon jersey combination collaboration, and a private suite for any NFL team of choice. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was on 3 Sports. It's no 3 Sports. Thank you very much, Minnie, for asking the question right out the gate and having to.
Minnie,
there's no trickery because I don't want to lie to the people.
Yeah.
And say and then come back and say, but funny thing here. So
Minnie
thank you, Minnie, for ruining.
Terrible.
You didn't have to answer me.
Yuck the yum.
It wouldn't be the first time you've ignored me.
Well, I know that's not real because it doesn't have anything to do with like donuts or Raising Cane's or hot sauce or, Wheels on the Bus. There's a lot of missing things in that. So I know it's not real.
Poor Dylan.
But anyway, I thought it was funny. I had a little chuckle. Especially the part of if he's a Heisman finalist, he'll never be a Heisman finalist.
No,
I feel like that's
news, Greg.
Safe money from Oregon's standpoint.
He'll be a Heisman finalist on Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah. Nebraska Strong GBR says, I forgot to add in that Dominic Raiola gets to select the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a special consultant job on the coaching staff for Donovan Raiola as well.
He'll just be the cautionary tale. Hey, Donovan, what would you tell the offensive line to do? And then they just do the opposite.
But I wasn't paying attention when I first saw it, came across this morning. I looked and it looked very official. And then you get into the comments on Twitter or X or whatever. And then you take a little closer look and you see that it's no 3 instead of on 3. So
there's some tricky ones. There's that Pete Nakos guy, and he always has everything. But then there was a Pete Nokos.
That's who that was.
Going around and got us all on the Slack channel that one day. And my friends, and I sent it out erroneously, and they're like, it's Nokos, dumbass. I was like, fuck. We all want to be first, though, unlike Nebraska. So
Minnesota Tony wants to know, question, does Minnie drink enough to work in the Nebraska athletic? No, I can guarantee you she does not. Plus, there's no discount Walgreens wine.
I looked today. I'm still on the lookout for some clearance wine.
I mean, in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they
Great
have it
question,
here,
everybody.
they've got to have it there.
Everybody pays full price for wine in Lincoln
Oh,
because they're that desperate for it. So they'll happily pay for it. So, all right. So I apologize, stealing thunder about the running backs. Take us there.
okay. Well, you know, kind of how we all, not just me, everyone here and everyone in chat, every single person in chat watching this video, even if it's tomorrow or the next day, I know everybody was questioning what's going on with the running backs last season, right? We had no idea. We're like, oh no, running backs. I love how Dana answered this question because Sip asked the question, like, you know, about the running backs, and he basically turned it on him and he goes, is it the fans that are nervous about the running back room, or is it you guys? Because I kind of think it's you guys. And then he runs down the whole list of running backs that we have and basically squashes any of that. I loved it. And I can go over that if you want, or if you have questions.
So if I understand, because I watched the clip, Holgerson said that he was really pleased with what he saw in the bowl game from the running backs. He said they were able to do some things that Emmett Johnson wasn't able to do. And he said, you guys all know how I feel about Emmett Johnson. And remember that Holgerson was the key reason why Emmett stayed at Lincoln and became Nebraska's first All-American since Levante David. So
it is so true. He said Mekhi Nelson did some things in the bowl game that he didn't think Emmett could do. And he goes, and Emmett's going to kill me for saying that. But he goes, that first touchdown, I don't think Emmett could have made it there. Then he also said that, and everyone is all concerned about the short yardage. He goes, and I've been concerned about it. But in the bowl game, Quentin Ives went 4 for 4 in short yardage.
Yep.
So he's showing promise. Then he also said that Mozee's incredibly powerful freshman, and he's just going to get better and better. We've seen flashes of Mozee. And then he said Jamal Rule just got there. He's a freshman, and he's maybe a better runner than all of them. And Connor Booth is a scholarship kid. He goes, it gets to a point, if you add someone, you have to get rid of someone, because there's only so many roster spots. So I was there for everything you had to say. Just sipping my tea, going, writing this down.
And Aaron Keene, yes, you did miss it.
Your Kool-Aid flavored tea, Minnie?
Yes.
Well, actually, Keene, I wouldn't say you missed anything, but, it's done now. So it's safe to watch the show. You don't have to hear about Dylan anymore. I didn't see any of the press conference stuff. I applaud Holgerson's confidence in what he has, but obviously, what's he going to say? Oh yeah, we're done without him. I get it. He's going to prop up the people that he has, and I think they'll be fine. All we need is for the line to actually do something for him, legit.
I am sorry. He could have gotten rid of the people we have and replaced them with other guys if he wanted to, if they weren't good enough.
Who are you talking about replacing?
Any of those guys that I just talked about. He could have.
Oh no, yeah, I'm fine with all the running backs. I'm not concerned about the running back thing. I'm concerned about the line that blocks them. Yeah, I'm not like Holgerson said the media is more concerned than the fans. I can't speak for the fans, but for me, I'm not concerned about the running back situation. We have a bunch of guys. They'll sort themselves out. And Holgerson, because, sorry, he's a better judge a talent than Rule, because Rule wasn't doing anything with Emmett until Holgerson said so. So it's like, if Holgerson said so, that sounds like stone cold, but that is, I feel fine with that. I'm confident, I'm comfortable with whatever Holgerson decides running back wise. So yeah, I'm not sweating it one bit. They all have unique talents, different, builds, skills, fine with them.
And I said this during the season last year and doubled down on it after the bowl game where we got to see more of Nelson and Mozee. Is I like their balance. I like their vision. I like the way they run. I do think they have, Mekhi Nelson, I think, has that second gear that Emmett didn't necessarily have. And Emmett made them squeezed every bit of yardage out that he could, oftentimes without a ton of help. Most of his yards were yards after contact. We had better downfield blocking. What are we doing? Who's putting all these comments up?
I have the power now.
Don't do that. Throw me off. Wait your damn turn. Put a star on it. We'll address it later. We gotta have these. We gotta have these conversations off air. But if we are in fact upgrading the offensive line, and if our receivers continue to block as well as they did downfield, are there better running backs, more proven, more tested running backs out there? Yes. But what's the point of bringing a guy on campus to abandon them when it's their turn? I have a lot of faith in it. And it's not just Nelson, Mozee, Holgerson mentioned Ives. I think somebody mentioned in the comments Janner and Bonner, if he comes back healthy, Ja Rule. And I say all this because it just came out that Alabama may be flipping a Nebraska commit. 4-star running back from North Carolina, class of 2027, Amir Brown, the 5'10", 200-pounder, received an offer from Alabama, and he said on Twitter, or he was quoted, I should say, in the interview, have been on my mind every day and every night I think about Bama. So, I mean, he's committed to Nebraska since November of 25. But, it's Alabama. And he's a southeast part of the country kid. I wouldn't be surprised if Bama flips him. I'm also not going to stress it because, again, my whole thing is I want guys at Nebraska who want to be at Nebraska.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned about it. I mean, yeah, I didn't even know that Bama was in on him and that's going to happen possibly. But yeah, again, we have a lot of people here right now, so providing they don't portal out, I think we have at least 3-4 guys, and we'll get something out of them.
Yeah, Fred, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. According to 24/7 Sports, we have 9 on the roster and 1 commit, which is, Brown. So 9 running backs on the roster. They can't all suit up every game. That's when you can only dress X amount, So and who's the we mentioned Nelson, Mozee, Ives. Who's the Nebraska kid who transferred back?
Is that Booth?
I think so. Connor Booth?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Connor? Yeah. So, I mean, that's another one that Holgerson mentioned. So, like, at some point, and I know it's been tough. Yes, David Madney, I acknowledge that it has been tough to in Rule we trust. But like you said, Fred, like, these guys are paid because they know more than we do. If we knew more than they did, then we'd be the ones, at Morris Stadium on the coaching staff, and they'd be the ones sitting on YouTube and X talking about it. At some point, and I don't mean to necessarily say we have to have blind faith, and it's okay to be critical. Like, I've accepted that, especially, every week, and I come in here and see the plus signs, everybody being positive. Thank you for that. But like, it's February. Why would we torture ourselves for the next 6 months talking about how crappy our team is, talking about how crappy our coaches are. Like at some point, you just have to sit back and enjoy the ride. And I need to do that too more often. Like we're fans. This is supposed to be fun.
And that's what I tried to do with it too. I mean, I think I just have more angst and frustration just because
you're older
I'm just
and bitter.
so jaded. And it's the same
It comes
thing.
out. We definitely sense the jadedness.
Well, I'm glad I'm putting it out, so I'm glad somebody's receiving it. But it's like I'm cautiously optimistic, all that good stuff. But there was an interesting thing, and I think I texted both of you about it. I watched Carricker's interview with Roy Halou the other day, and he had an interesting take on the schedule because they talked about that. And I don't know if this is on our format or not, and I'll just get out of the way quick. But Halou said good teams don't look at the schedule because they're ready to go. And Carricker was like, I'm kind of tired of it, looking at it like, okay, we're going to have a good year because we have a weaker schedule like last year, allegedly. He goes, a good team doesn't look at it that way. A good team's like, who's up next and let's go. Or the fans look at it like that. Hopefully our team does too, but it's kind of one of those things we beat this upcoming schedule to death.
I don't know who wanted to talk about that
in
the first week of February, Minnie.
What?
I said, I don't know who wanted to break down the entire 2026 season in the first week of February, Minnie.
I'm not doing that, but we're just talking in general.
Oh, we already did. We're like, I think this is a win. I think we got.
No, you're just in general terms. We're talking about like you don't want to say it's all for a loss or all that. So I'm just saying I'm trying to step back as well because I heard that and it was like that made sense though because we just don't want to be the team or the program or the fans that are like, okay, we got a shot because it's a weak schedule. And this goes all the way back to the Big 12. There would be seasons we would have like the tougher Texas teams and we'd even be like, oh shit, it's going to be tough. And then we'd have the year that it's like the lesser Southern teams, the Big 12 South. And we'd be like, okay, we should have a good year. So it's like, I don't want to be like that anymore. And that's what Carricker said too. Let's be good because we're good.
And not,
we're not there yet.
We're a Nebraska show, but best friend of the show, Josh, send up a kind word to the deity of your choosing for him and his family because he and the kids have got a bug. But he sent me a clip from Joel Klatt's show talking about the team best set up for success in the Big Ten in 2026, and it's Penn State. Yeah, they have Matt Campbell, but they have one actual tough game at the Big House, and USC is at home in Happy Valley, but every other team that they play is like Rutgers and Maryland and Purdue. They don't have many challenges on the schedule. So Matt Campbell's best, at least again in February, best suited to come out strong and have a nice season. I want to talk about while we're talking
about. Stop right there. I haven't said anything in 5 minutes.
I know.
Got to be a record. It's been great.
I know. I have let you guys talk. Okay. Matt Campbell. What Rob Orch said holds water because he said you got to get big bot. Huh?
So does Brett Bielema.
Would you not? He said you got to get bigger bodies in the Big Ten. You got, and what happened with Matt Campbell? His entire team basically transferred over to Penn State, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe it's not so easy peasy. And by the way, I don't know about anybody else, but I am sick and tired of people saying Nebraska should go back to the Big 12.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. I've never been a part of the Big 12 in my mind. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like such an insult to me.
No, we don't want that. We don't want to go backwards. We could have more success theoretically, but that's a sinking ship. It's a mess. No.
But at the same time,
Would
big
you
tour
just
was
star
not
that
getting.
for later instead of just throwing up comments
Wasn't
in the
me.
middle?
Wasn't me. I learned how to star.
No,
I'm
that was
quick.
for Greg. That was for
Yeah.
Greg.
I'm a quicker study than Dylan. I figure things out quickly. So
No, I have the ability while I'm monitoring the comments to put in timely, relevant thing. Remember,
What you said to Fred, now I'm afraid to throw up a comment. I'm like, ooh, I didn't realize this is touchy.
well,
I know my place.
Fred's new. This is Fred's first time having any control. We don't want to. We don't want it to.
Abusive
We don't
power.
want to
I'm
let it go
good.
to his head.
No.
Actually, we
branches of
kind of
government.
do.
So yeah.
Let's build him up so we can tear him down.
Quick thing about Penn State, just in general. Get it out of the way quick. I texted you guys both about a conversation I had with a Penn State fan that was passing by Kincaidor a couple weeks ago, and he was happy with the Matt Campbell hire. He really was. He said because the difference is Campbell has discipline and he develops players. He said Penn State had good players, but they were good because Penn State recruited them. They pulled them in because they were good. He never really developed them. They had no discipline. They had guys that went to the NFL as rookies and were falling asleep in practice, in meetings. He said, so that trickles down to the result you saw on the field for Penn State under Franklin. He said, so yeah, he'd win his 9-10 games a year, but they didn't have the discipline or the development. And so because I said I thought for sure the Penn State fans would not like that hire because that wasn't a splash hire. And he was really real about it. And he said, no, he goes, it's fine. He said, who are you going to get, Signetti? And I said, well, I figured everybody wanted him. He goes, yeah, everybody wants him. We're not going to get him. But they said from their perspective that, and he said also, sorry, anybody that Matt, he won't mind because he doesn't care for Rule as much anymore. But he's like, we didn't want your boy Rule. And I said, well, why? And he's like, because what's he done?
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah. And I appreciated the conversation because the guy was very honest about everything he said. And
because he had a little jadedness to it, it sounds like.
And he was like
he's your kind of person.
Yeah, he was like a Penn State version of me. Yeah, we were kindred spirits. We talked for a good 10 minutes. A lot of F-bombs just because that's how we talk. And I also told him I apologize for stealing the 94 championship from them. He told me to F myself. And I said, well, it's true. We would have beat you. But yeah, so that's why I don't know that Campbell's going to make Penn State into a world beater, but Greg just said they had an easier schedule so it's like they could actually do pretty good this year. It's tough.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I think Dana Williams on YouTube says Campbell did a lot at ISU with not a whole lot of anything. Obviously, the brand Penn State is bigger. The spotlight, the profile is bigger. He'll be able to get better athletes. He does take over his quarterback, which I think is maybe not the oldest quarterback, but the most veteran quarterback in the country in Rocco Becht. But to your point, Dana, like doing a whole lot at ISU with not a whole lot, but he took so much of that roster with him. So I don't know how that is going to translate to success at Penn State outside of, as we mentioned this year, where again, they at least on paper in February, according to Joel Klatt, have very little competition.
But also you think about Signetti and take a drink.
What I was thinking.
He just brought his, 13 his dudes. So you just don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think. Did we get an Iowa State transfer?
We did.
The guard.
Yep.
Yeah, big guard, like 320.
We were after him to begin with, though.
Did we get two? Did we get a offensive lineman? I thought we got a linebacker as well.
We did. That middle linebacker is super fast. He'll probably redshirt. And that was the guy that we'd gone after initially, the linebacker.
That's right.
Iowa State over us, and then now that his school is left in, or his program's left in shambles, he's like, time to jump ship with everybody. It's hard to blame a kid in that situation.
Brendan Black
Yeah. Iowa State.
and Will Hawthorne.
It sucks for them because they lost a ton of people, and that guy coming in, I think from Washington State, now has to somehow try and cobble something together. And it's the yin and the yang of nil and transfers and coaches leaving. It's a Wild West.
High Mountain guy is not wrong. He says a huge amount of good players right in the area of Penn State. I think people in the modern era of college football where, Texas, Florida have become, a bit higher recruiting areas, but for generations, like Western Pennsylvania was the hotbed of, college or incoming college football talent. Like Dan Marino's from Western PA, and he's
Kelly too, right?
I believe so. And like that area, like Happy Valley West, towards Pittsburgh area was a recruiting goldmine at the time. So, well, we didn't mean to get off on a Penn State tangent. Minnie, what else happened at the press conferences?
Is it my job to right the ship here? Is that my official role?
No, right, Minnie. Right the shit out of that ship.
You want me to talk more? You seem to get mad at me when I was talking earlier.
No. Okay.
Let's see how long I can be quiet.
Huh?
Set the timer. See how long I can be quiet.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Rob Orich, our defensive coordinator, has officially settled in Lincoln. He said, we're here, we're settled. His daughter started there in Lincoln at elementary school yesterday. And I was just thinking, wow, what a change for that little girl having to go to school in snow from San Diego.
That's a big adjustment.
Something, yeah. I mean, and that's the name of the gig for them. But yeah, we don't. I mean, honestly, I think about sometimes it's like Madden or whatever video game. You plug and play with coaches and players, but there is a human element, and you have the kids and the family and all the stuff. And it's like we don't think about it as fans really a lot. And I think they get the money they get, and I'm one of them. I'm like, that's BS. You get so much money, but also if you're done, you got to move and all the stuff that goes along with it and uproot and all that. So it's sometimes I think we forget the human component, and it's cool that his kid gets to see snow, right off the bat. So that's pretty neat.
From beaches to cornfields, says a lot of letters, Noah. I miss the old YouTube names. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah, who is that? I don't remember that name.
There's a beach at Pawnee. I'm sure Lake McConaughey also has a beach.
There was a beach outside of Plattsmouth, for Christ's sake. It's still there. It's called Merritt Beach, and
it's a little different.
Probably get trapped there one way or another. So there's that.
So
his daughter started at elementary school, but he's really focused on football. I mean, they have been doing their, their lifting, their all that stuff, getting ready for practice. I mean, Dana Holgerson even admitted that he hasn't seen a lot of these guys even in practice at all, throw a ball. It's like he's excited to see what we have, Fred.
Well, I'm glad he's excited to see what we have, and hopefully
Aren't you?
So are we. Games to figure out what's going on.
But he says that he has a saying. It's called the tunnel of execution.
I'm sorry.
What? Why is this funny?
That needs a better name.
And if Fred were in the press conference and Rob Orich says this, yes, we have a saying. It's called the tunnel of execution. Would you laugh like that, Fred?
Yes, yes, I would
no, I
actually.
think, Fred, I think you'd keep it together long enough. But I definitely think you might look down, roll your eyes, or look at one of the other reporters. Be like,
I'd look down. I would text you and probably Minnie immediately and be like, "Oh my God, what the fuck is this?" And then I'd look back up and like, oh, tunnel of execution. Yes, yes, quite.
Master core concepts, okay,
Sure.
and execute at a championship level. I mean, that's coach speech. We know that. But I just love that tunnel of execution. You got to be focused, laser focused. And he is. He's laser focused. So you know that his guys are going to be laser focused. Like he's not going to settle for anything less. And I love that. For a defensive coach, I think that's, I'll take it all day long.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that he's brought a couple of his guys with at two different position groups, so that can help ease some of that transition, the verbiage, the coaching, the horizontal leadership that Frost used to talk about. But it's the same kind of thing. You got a few guys that can explain it to their cohorts. That should hopefully make it to where everybody knows what's going on and understanding playbook and how the scheme works.
Yep. No, he did. He talked about that too. He was asked about like keeping guys on that were not part of his staff because he brought quite a few guys over, and he goes, "No, the guys that we kept, they just gel." He goes, and they know. He goes, when you're changing a system, you need people who are familiar with verbiage also.
Boom.
Boom.
I said boom, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I just realized the curtain's around a blank wall. It's not a window. It's very
That's a
odd.
wall.
behind you.
That's a window.
Oh, it's a window. Okay. The window of a brick wall. Anyway, that just caught my attention.
It's a
Sorry.
Trump Lowell window. Yes, it's a window.
Okay. All right then.
I
Moving
just
on.
can't. I
as
can't
Roger
have.
Moore would say.
See, if I did what you did, I'd have a glare
What did I do?
with
Anyways.
your window not having a cover on it.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
we can see the snow outside.
You can, yeah. See the cars go by. Manny had a good question. Go ahead, Greg. What do you?
I have a window right here, but it's an egress window and it's underground.
Oh.
Like they're you got to go to the far wall over there to actually see some daylight. Not at 9:49.
Of course.
So yeah, I don't have any windows. It's great. It's great for a Saturday afternoon movie. I'll just close the door to the basement and put on a movie. It's kind of like a movie theater down here. It's very nice. And then I'll fall asleep 25 minutes into the movie.
Aaron Keene, I've branched out since I've been on the show. I'm a little bit more, global, as it were.
I don't know about global. You're regional.
I'm bad. I'm nationwide, just like ZZ Top.
That's impressive. Asking about interior design, though. Very impressive.
Especially when one of the individuals in the tripod is a professional interior designer.
Yes. Thank you very much for noticing. I feel so much better now. Thank you for getting that out of the way.
Have to give her fun. And for the right fee, she will provide consultations for interior decorating for your home or office. But be prepared. That fee will have 2 commas in it. So.
Oh, Greg, you're funny. Okay.
I have some notes.
Hey, no.
Ooh,
One more thing. One more thing.
Piss off,
One
Greg.
more thing. Just crazy thing. I think Dana Holgerson got off on a little bit of a tangent because he was asked about a question, something about the running backs, and then he started talking about how, we almost got our 3rd pick quarterback. He goes, you guys don't know how close we were against Iowa. I guess we were going against Iowa to get our third pick quarterback instead of Anthony Calandria? Does that?
Why would you admit to that?
I don't think he. I think he was just thinking in a different context. I thought it was weird, and I didn't know if anybody else caught it.
I don't understand the comment. Like, we were competing with. So was Calandria going to go to Iowa, or
I think it was.
there
Remember,
somebody-
we lost out on our first pick quarterback.
the Notre Dame kid? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Calandria was our second pick. And then I think we had a third pick in case Calandria didn't, come to Nebraska.
Just the way it sounds, the way it was phrased, like we nearly missed out on our third pick.
No, like we almost had to go to our third pick. But he goes, it's fine because you see what they're capable of. Like what I gather is any player that we're taking from the transfer portal has to have like proven ability, or they're not taking them. Period.
Sure.
So that's an interesting, the way that we're using the transfer portal now is to get those veteran players, not just to fill the roster. You know what I mean?
The THMMK. Come on, YouTube, fix your crap so we can just do names here. Anyway, this particular commenter says he meant Iowa game and Latif had a hamstring.
Is that what he meant?
Oh,
thank goodness I got clarification, because I seriously was like, is he saying that we almost had to get our third? Okay.
We're taking it at YouTube commenters' word. So,
well, I hope that's actually what he was saying. I think he's probably right, because I was like, why would he? But he, and it was just kind of like a little quick little comment, and I was like, what is he talking about? Okay, so put that back up there, please.
Oh crap. Okay.
Oh yes, okay. That does make sense. Thank you, the Key 6926. He says he meant Iowa game, the last game of the season. Latif had a hamstring. I remember he was questionable for that game. So we needed our third quarterback, possibly. Okay, makes sense.
Dana's speaking riddles, apparently. So, all right. All right. Anything else that you have? Because I have some presser notes as well.
You do? Well, let's compare notes.
Well, my notes aren't probably as cool as your notes.
Okay.
No, they're cooler.
No.
Just messing.
Hold on, fella. Sam McEwen reported from today's presser. Dana Holgerson says that he doesn't know how he can keep freshman tight end Luke Sorensen off the field based on Sorensen's strength and how he runs. Sorensen, a true freshman, if you recall, there from Orange County, California. He, by the way, Sorensen's Twitter, it says he's 6'4", 250. Huskers.com says 6'3", 240. But I use this picture because he's built like a grown-ass man.
You may need to break out that sploosh meme, Greg, for
hold on. The neck.
Our third co-host.
What the heck? Can you flex your neck? Like, how do you get your neck that big?
Perfect timing.
Greg,
what?
I know your neck is normally that big. Yours too, Fred.
I'm a wrestler. You have to have a big neck. That's how it works.
I was once told I had the neck of a linebacker, but that was 25 years ago. So,
I've
Aaron,
never heard of that
knee
kid.
circumference. We don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of that kid. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, get him on the field. Fuck, if he's that big, 250. I mean, geez.
Well, he says, like I said, on his X account, 4.3 GPA, 6'4", 250, first team All Trinity League, blah, 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 4-star tight end, an athlete. Huskers website has him listed as 6'3", 240. So Apparently, you can lose 10 pounds with 1 inch. No, I don't know if I like how I said that. Never mind.
Nope. Moving on.
So that's one. We also learned it was Holgerson says that our favorite transfer portal left tackle, your favorite one, Fred. Do you remember his name?
Babalunde.
No, the one who from last year who played this past year.
Oh, the demon in the streets and demon in the sheets. Pritchett. Yeah.
Holgerson says that he is a completely different human being in comparison to a year ago from his arrival from Alabama. Holgerson joked that he had never heard Pritchett talk in 2025. Much more comfortable now. Pritchett went to dinner with the coaches and Paul Mubenga during Mubenga's recruiting visit, and Holgerson said that Pritchett wouldn't shut up. So,
yeah,
finding a little bit of his voice, maybe a bit more of a leader. So all we can hope is that it translates to less false starts.
Honestly, I mean, it seemed like I can speak for anything. So he isn't dumb anymore. That's good. No, but I mean, it seemed like all that stuff kind of eased up as the year progressed.
I think he settled in a little bit more. So
there's a lot to take on
because Corcoran and Prohaska kept getting injured. So
yeah, and I don't credit Donovan for any of that. I think it was Pritchett just growing up.
Yeah,
Donovan.
Well, I actually have no problem giving Donovan Raiola a little bit of credit.
No.
Why?
Why would you?
Why not?
Because in 4 years at Nebraska, what did he accomplish?
Never mind.
Nothing.
I'm sorry I asked.
Get it, Greg. Get it. Attack.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
He was an associate offensive line coach with the Chicago, soon to be Northwestern Indiana Bears. And he got hired because of his name and his brother and his nephews.
Okay. Here's the reason why. Because a coach has to get a player ready, and Pritchett was not ready when he first came.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he was by the 6th game in. I think that's when we started playing him.
Okay, but that's also what, by the time we quote unquote found our identity or knew who we were or what we had on, like, I'm going to briefly look in the rearview mirror through a very critical lens. That is such a BS excuse. Be like, oh, we didn't know what we had, or however it was stated until the 6th game. Like, that's what the offseason is for.
Yeah, kind of.
and
yeah.
Do you come on, Greg?
I mean,
you're taking what I said, Holgerson said, which we know already. I took something out of context already. Somebody had to, correct me. Let's just trust, okay? Can we do that?
Who are we trusting?
Trusting the system that is in place.
I'm trusting the system that Donovan Raiola fucked it up.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about what Holgerson said.
Okay. But I'm talking about Elijah Pritchett.
Okay.
And Donovan Raiola, like you were giving him credit for like getting Pritchett on track. And I think part of it was just Pritchett getting the reps necessary to, have more consistency and less mistakes. As my birthday brother Pitt says, Uncle Donnie had a stable full of 4 stars and developed maybe 2. Like he didn't.
What? We did not have a bunch of 4 stars. That is so not true, Pitt.
He inherited Bryce Benhart, the number 1 player in the state of Minnesota.
That's it. That was the best player that he got.
But like there were not bad offensive linemen. They just didn't develop. They didn't get any better. That's why Grant Brix is still buried. That's why we had to go out and find more offensive line talent, because Grant Brix isn't ready. And he was the top offensive lineman, I'm pretty sure top offensive lineman out of Iowa couple years ago. Like, if you can't take top high school linemen from states in the Midwest and get them ready to go and play within a couple of years, you're not doing your job. And that's why I didn't want Donovan Raiola around last year. Like
I know everybody really did not like him. Part of the reason that they didn't like him, he's not a likable dude. He's a really not likable person.
You could be not likable, but make the players play well, and I'm fine with you. Do whatever. But
I don't think
players were not great. They didn't do anything, and he didn't show any. And it sounded like his development plan was very confusing and a lot of steps to it. Whereas Jeep is a lot more straightforward and simple and let the players play kind of a thing where, Donovan's talking about fucking bamboo and whatever the fuck. And, it's just like, yeah, I just can't.
High Mountain Guy says Corcoran was almost a 5. Does that mean 5 torn ACLs?
No, you're thinking Nebraska. Nebraska was the one who
I think Turner Corcoran had about 5 torn ACL injuries as well.
No, Teddy Prohaska was injury prone. Turner was lack of mobility and being able to block defenders prone. That's why he was affectionately called right here on this show Turnstile Corcoran, because everybody could just walk right past him.
Everybody gets through.
We never called him that.
We called him that part of the show a lot.
God.
I think Fred may have coined that term. I may be giving you credit that's somebody else.
I heard it somewhere else, and I brought it up multiple times, so it's not me, but yeah.
Nebraska Strong GBR says 22 years of mediocrity and counting is why none of us Husker fans trust the system.
Ain't wrong.
I don't know, because after today, I have it's nice. Hope. It's nice to see, where the arrows are pointing. Okay. And I saw that today. There are definite arrows. We're not lost anymore. We actually have a direction. We may end up getting lost along the way, but we have a direction right now. And I like that.
What is the direction and where are they pointing?
And sorry, I could not travel both. And B1 traveled along, I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth.
All right. Hey, you guys.
Look at that fucking guy.
Robert Frost, bitches.
Earned his liberal arts degree, I tell you what.
I'll tell you what. All right.
Okay, I have another thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
You.
No, you.
No, you, Mr.
Ladies first.
No, that would include you. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just coming out with gloves on because you guys are you don't want to trust a little bit.
No, I don't trust.
I'm ready to I'm putting my trust forward. And I'm trusting now that Donovan Raiola is not on the staff. So I feel like decisions were finally made.
That's fair.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. You want to talk about trust? It's like, gosh, I trusted burn the boats. I trust the process. I trusted Nebraska's back and we're here to stay. I trusted, I didn't really trust Riley in anything. I trusted Frost and, they're going to have to adjust our, the system to meet us.
That was
and
fun,
I've trusted, Rule with, I have a podcast and a Patrick Duffy leg, and I can bring anybody in and my 3-year jump, and I've coached all these NFL players, and good, Matt. Very good. Nice. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm running out of trust.
Fred, you may recall this, if not someone in the chat. Was it Bo or was it Callahan who said restore the order?
That was Callahan, yeah, because we beat a mediocre Colorado team, and he had a buffalo head mascot in the locker room, and it was the whole, that was Callahan's peak trying to, hey, fellow tweens. What it was like, that was a whole, that was Callahan trying to be cool and didn't. But yeah, so I've seen all the slogans. I bought all the shirts. I had a Carl Fence shirt, for God's sake, when they made the big thing about Carl Pelini coaching the defense. I had my Bo Friends back. I had the frost warning. I had all of it. I feel like
So what you're saying is you didn't invent Kool-Aid, but you sure did drink a whole lot of it.
I drank a lot of it, but then I became, and Greg would probably get this reference, and some people in the chat will too. But it's like The Simpsons with the I miss Uncle Carl too and his booger sugar. But it's like I think back to that Simpsons episode of Camp Krusty, when Bart goes to the camp with Lisa and they're going to see Krusty the Clown, and it's a nightmare. And finally, Bart just snaps because he can't take it anymore, and he's like, "I bought your autobiography and it was self-serving. I bought your calculator, but it didn't have a 5 and an 8. I bought your vitamins, but it gave me a elevated heartbeat." It's like I bought into all of it for every time, all the way up to Frost. So it's like, and then, Bart led the revolution against Camp Krusty. He's going to fucking take it anymore. And it's like,
so
that's where I'm at. I'm just like done.
You're comparing Nebraska football to a clown?
Yeah.
No, to a cartoon.
Okay.
Matt R., which may or may not be Matt Rule now that I think about it, says coaching staff, Rule's the only one left after 3 years. Marcus Satterfield's still here.
Yeah, he's like a cockroach. He'll stick around forever.
EJ Barthel still here.
Dvorak.
Rob Dvorak.
And EJ Bartel, which you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Foley, right?
No, Foley's fired.
Get out of here with that.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was still as a helper.
Janitor.
Yeah.
He's in the basement looking with his swing line stapler.
They're gonna fix the glitch with him.
All right. So if I'm being forced to say my point here, this may have been from a presser, but it's not with one of the coaches. It's with one of the players. Sam McCune reported that Nebraska's defensive back Andrew Marshall was talking about new transfer portal wide receiver acquisition Kwazi Gilmer, who came to Nebraska from UCLA. And it says he's a dog. However much food is on his plate, he wants to eat it all.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way they talk, I have to say. Some of them have just like the most interesting things to say. That's exactly what he sounded like too, just the way you said it too, Greg.
Thank you.
But Daniel Holgerson did say about Kwazi that, they're leaning on him. Basically, he went through his starters. He's like, of course, Ja'Cory Barney, and Isaiah Hunter, and he said Kwazi. He said we had to go after and recruit him hard. There are a lot of schools after him. So all three of them are in their third year in the Big Ten.
I like it that a contemporary and an opponent talks good about him. Like, that's nice. It's not lip service, so that's good.
Yeah.
I like that I was able to contribute to the show tonight.
Yeah.
Great job, Greg.
Good
I never bring any notes.
Greg.
I'm done.
Do I got to bring notes next week? I don't want to do that.
You do, because there's this thing that you've been working on feverishly.
It'll be ready. It'll be ready next week.
All right. That's all we're going to say.
And that's all we got to say about that. Tune in. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be something.
It'll be awesome. Just say it, Greg. Say the words.
It will be awesome. But I'll say this. Most of, especially our older audience members, will definitely understand the reference.
They will.
If you're younger than me, you may not know what he's talking about.
Or if you're mini, you're going to be like, I don't get this reference. Yeah.
It's true. I read the whole thing and I have no clue what's going on.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of this show, the Five Heart Podcast. We're still waiting on our official custom coolies, Mr. Matney. Says, how much of the problems within the program are a result of regents and booster meddling in the program? Not nearly as much as Dominic Raiola meddling, but honestly, probably a fair amount. And you could say, I think Bill Moose addressed a little bit of this in his book, which we talked about last week. And I haven't read the book, so I'm just going by clips and conversation. But at some point, we don't necessarily need outside voices, chiming in. Like hiring, let's talk just hiring, right, of coaches or assistant coaches. That should be solely on the athletic director and his discretion, not, now maybe they have to finalize numbers, and I don't know, as far as budgeting and salaries that they can offer. I don't know how far up the chain that needs to go. But I feel like it's anything. It's like, hey, we have to hire a coach, and to be competitive in the sport in 2020, whatever, for Matt Rule, it was 2023, or I guess the end of 2022. We need to be able to offer X amount. And it's kind of like when I was selling cars, like you have the price that you're, wanting to sell the vehicle for. And of course the customer has the price they want to buy the vehicle for. And like my boss would say, all right, you can go down to here, but no more. So I feel like there needs to be, the starting price, and then the board, the regents, whatever, needs to say, all right, you can get up to here, but like you can't go any further. And then leave it all to the athletic director. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works.
I mean, that's putting an awful lot of faith in the athletic director. But I agree with most of what you said. Like 99% of it. The reason that I'm like, I'm not so sure. Like in some instances, you should have like a little bit of, listening to other people, because like it sure worked out to get Mike Eckler to come to Nebraska. Matt Rule listening to Will Compton, of all people. And then, Danny Busboom Kelly coming to Nebraska. I think that was a Coach Cook thing. So it just seems like there's other people that kind of have what's best for Nebraska in mind as well.
Kind of sounds like you and Pitt are of one mind here. Maybe we need a board of football regents with Tom Osborne, Charlie McBride, Grant Wistrom, Jason Peters, etc. So,
I mean, there's a place for all of that, and I think, they talked about the meddling in the book, the bits that I've read and seen. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. I don't know. And I've said this before. Moose could have wanted to hire Chip Kelly or Justin Fuentes over Frost. Let's go back to that period in time. What would have most people here thought about that? Like,
I don't know.
Like,
what do you think? What do you think?
For me and everybody I know, and they're hardcore crazy fans like me, they wanted Frost. I mean, we beat this to death, but I just think, at that point, Moose, whether he wanted other people or not, was hamstrung by what they wanted him to do. And it was the same because he allegedly wanted to Altman for basketball, and didn't. Yeah, so it's like, I don't doubt any of what he said. Actually, I don't think he was too far off base. And I said it last week or a week or two ago. You don't write a book, and you're not going to put yourself over.
Right.
You're not going to. So he probably wanted to explore other things because he knows how the world works. And then he got here, and it's like, no, this is what you're doing, and this is what we got.
I'll also say this in regards to the Frost thing, because I think it's important to note that obviously, anytime a coach comes in, we want them to succeed because their success equals Nebraska success. There's not a Nebraska fan who would tell you honestly that they wanted Scott Frost to fail. And had he succeeded, it would have been the greatest story of all time. It just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a beautiful, like, love story, if you will. Rudy, almost. I don't know. What are some really great football stories?
Walk on, but
I mean, Rudy's a great story. It's just not a love story. I wouldn't.
Okay.
And Frost wouldn't have been Rudy because he was.
I'm just trying to equate it to things that pull from your heartstrings. That's why everybody wanted him. He's a Nebraska. He was a Nebraska kid.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the 5 Heart Podcast, says, "What can we learn from Fred Hoiberg? Patience." I would honestly, that's the only thing. Patience, because he was. I think we've talked about this a couple weeks ago. Even right now, if he has a winning record at Nebraska, it's marginal. Like it's not excessive, and that's putting together 3 straight 20+ win seasons. So just patience. Like his first seasons at Nebraska were dog shit. But we have. I said this a couple weeks ago. The ego of the state of Nebraska is not tied to the basketball program like it is for football. So can we have patience to let Rule get some consistency in the coaching staff, start building momentum, positive momentum, and go from there. That's what we need. I just don't know if we will be able to, because the football program is the stir that or the straw that stirs the drink of the state of Nebraska, of the athletic department. We all feel better when Nebraska football is winning.
It's true. We do. We feel better when we just have hope. I feel like we were given that today, Greg and Fred in chat. I really do. It may have been a microdose of hope, but there's some hope there.
What else do we have from the press conferences, Minnie? Or did we go through all your notes?
Yeah, for the most part. Janier and Bonner. Oh, then there's some kids that are going to be out, some players that are going to be out for spring ball. Let's see. Where is that? We have Demetrius Bell. Quite a few kids, actually. Jenner and Bonner. Tennessee. Guthrie. Gatula. Blyhill. Camden. Markway. Poor kid. That poor kid has never even got to play. Nelson, Gibson Pyle, Merritt, and Gage Stenger.
Dawson Merritt's out too?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I do expect big things from him when he gets back healthy. TSD says, are they actually playing a real game? Didn't listen to Rule today. As far as the spring game at the end of March, I think
March 28th. Yep, March 28th. We're playing a spring game. That's what Rule said, because last year it didn't make any sense to, they're just, it sounds to me like the coaches are much happier this season or this year with the transfer portal, the way that it just took place. So they don't have to worry about like finalizing a roster or putting together some big plays and then somebody stealing the player off of your roster. So I feel like they're just going to go forth with a spring game like it should be and make us all happy.
I don't disagree, Matt. I think, a lot of the outs, they are. And again, protecting kids, some kids are coming off of injuries. Some had, some off-season surgeries.
Every single one of these kids has been injured. Blyhill. Yeah, every single one. Jenner and Bonner, remember, he got injured in the first game last year, so he's still working. Maybe it's just maybe that
precautionary.
Yeah, precautionary.
Yeah. All right. What else do you have for us, Minnie?
I don't know. I just feel like I didn't give you guys the best. Maybe I didn't say it right. The way that Dana Holgerson came off in his press conference, because he kind of he's very laid back, but he's very like football oriented guy. Like he said, he doesn't really have a system per se, not like a lot of coaches do. He goes, we just basically look to see what we're good at and what our guys are good at, and that's what we do more of. And he's always looking for opportunities to build on that. He, like you said, Fred, he's the one who zeroed out, okay, Emmett Johnson, that kid can play, and he brought him back. He goes, I've had 33 years of doing this. I've seen it all. So I kind of have a lot more faith in him after hearing all of this today. Just kind of him not be like shook at all,
I think I get what you're saying, and I think some of his self-deprecating thing, well, we need to know what we had, could have just been saying that just to say it. I mean, if it's real, though, it's like that just makes me wonder what's happening. But I don't mind Holgerson. I think now, PD post Dillon, now we might actually see what kind of offense we can run without, a guy with concrete shoes on who's kind of a candy ass. But in general, I think we might get a better vision of what Holgerson's offense, because he said he changed to a pro style offense and he said this and that. I don't know. I'm not a aficionado of the man, but everything I remember was kind of like wide open and, a lot of things that we just didn't do the last 2 years. So maybe we'll finally see whatever his new version of an offense is. And if we have some good linemen and a good line coach, doesn't matter who our running back is, who our quarterback is, wide receivers, I feel better, but I'm not willing to drink all the Kool-Aid and just say we're just going to kick ass and it's going to be a gravy train with biscuit wheels. I just can't do it.
Ooh, yummy.
That sounds awesome.
It really does. I mean, and that's what Husker football sounds like until about the 5th week of the season. And then it's shit on a shingle. So there you go. Full circle, Greg. Right there. All the food.
Fantastic. Not too many people know about shit on a shingle.
Yeah, well,
damn shame.
I do.
That's some.
Or breakfast pizza.
Oh, people know breakfast pizza.
No, a lot of people don't, I promise.
How many friends do you even have? I just got to ask. Like, how many people do you talk to in the real world that aren't your husband or children? Because I'm pretty confident a lot of people know about breakfast pizza.
Nobody, I'm telling you right now.
I think it's a Southwest thing. I think they just don't have good food in the Southwest.
Here's the problem.
That's why we look like we do. And respectfully,
we're not fat. We're Rubenesque.
Yeah. We're well fed. And they just don't have a lot of good food down in the Southwest.
That is so not true.
We're drought and famine resistant.
We are insulated for the winter weather.
Oh yeah, I was outside shoveling in this. It's like it's nothing.
Okay, guys.
Minnie, do they have food besides salads down in your neck of the woods?
They have tofu and watercress, I hear, and maybe Tex-Mex or something. But even then, it's probably tofurkey in that thing. So
don't talk to her about watercress.
I don't know if they have food. I never get out of my log cabin.
Do you? Never mind.
Yeah, let's just stop.
Yeah. Just stop.
All right, moving on. Oh, TSD says, I'm only heavy in case I get lost in the woods. I tell you, if I get lost in the woods, I'm a perfect meal for a bear because I'm not going to be able to outrun it. And they're going to be able to, they'll be properly ready for hibernation after they devour all my fat. So don't help in this situation, Rostovsky. Some good Indian fry bread spots in Scottsdale.
I would not know. That is one food you will not see me eating.
Fry bread or Indian?
Indian fry bread. It's just fried bread.
It's good. Just fried bread dough. My mom used to make it. She'd make bread and she'd have a little bit of leftover dough and just fry it up. It's great.
Yeah.
Tony wants to know, Minnie, does rattlesnake taste like chicken?
I have no idea. I've never tried snake or like any kind of anything that
They tried snake at Camp Kenosha.
Oh my gosh.
Gator tail's good. Gator tail chunks are real good.
Gator tail is what Frost would have got if he went to Florida.
Well, he's in Florida, just a different part of Florida.
No, but with the Gators, yeah.
Gainesville. All right, Minnie, anything else for us tonight?
No. We're talking about food.
I mean, the show's over?
Yeah.
Good. I mean,
okay.
Food's good.
There was a comment here about Pitt says, log cabin my ass. Minnie has never entered a facility or house without central air.
Yeah, true. No. I mean, my cabin, when I first bought it, didn't have central air or heat. Yeah, it had a wood-burning fireplace only. That was brutal. Because it gets cold there. Just like it gets cold where you are, Fred and Greg.
And Minnesota, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast, says no Five Heart Theater. Not this week, but we have been told there will be some next week. Stay tuned. Right, Fred?
Just for you, David. Just for you.
For you. Nicholas says no mention of basketball, baseball, or softball. So baseball is out to its best offensive start in recent memory or school history or something. They scored 40 runs in 3 games, and so basketball lost to Iowa, which sucks because they don't play well or get the right calls at Hawkeye Carver Arena, and you just hate to lose to Iowa in anything. And softball is also out to a fantastic start. They have beaten number 1 ranked teams in back-to-back weekends between Texas and I think Texas Tech.
Tech, yeah.
So, since 2005, Rostovsky's here to help us out. So,
okie doke.
Yeah, are the writers on strike? Yeah, what's going on, Minnie? It's only 10:30. Can't be wrapping another show yet.
Well, it is the off season, and we don't have a Five Heart Theater.
Did Minnie go to the baseball game last weekend?
No,
You talked
I did
about
not.
it.
No, I didn't. I had planned on going, but the weather here was kind of not great. It was kind of chilly, and it's definitely not weather that I'm going to sit outside in.
I do find it hard to believe, and I'm not doubting Rostovsky, but it just seems difficult to believe that Nebraska's first 3-0 start since 2005. Nebraska baseball, I want to specify baseball.
That's probably why they won. The fact that I wasn't there, because I'll tell you what happened.
Did you watch the Iowa game?
I watched the Iowa game, the basketball game, and yep. I don't know how this. I mean, I'm gonna keep watching until it's
Smalls. God.
Until it's proven wrong, because it can't possibly have anything to do with me watching that we lose.
If you have watched 4 games this year,
yeah,
Nebraska has lost all 4 of those games.
What are the chances? Really?
I don't know, but maybe don't watch any more basketball, please.
I know.
Just stop. Get help.
I love that. I love that clip. And you definitely can't watch them when it comes to the tournaments.
Oh
You
God,
can't
no.
watch them in the Big Ten
No.
tournament. You cannot watch them in the
I
March
would
Madness
just
tournament.
like to watch one win. Just one.
No, because I promise you, if it's the first round and you watch that first round game and they lose, you better not show up here the next week. Because the Holger maniacs may tar and feather you.
I know.
Do you
They'll
want
choke
that?
a bitch. They will. It gets ugly.
I feel it coming already.
So I don't know how else to respectfully. You can't do it.
Yeah.
That's asking a lot.
You got to put like you and John in a Faraday bag or something where you just can't see anything at all about Husker basketball. And yeah.
Rostowski says we need to kidnap Minnie for the NCAA tournament. Matt says stop it, Minnie.
They're turning on me.
David Matney says, did the baseball coach start a podcast? No.
No, because he's a coach. He just coaches.
Okie dokie.
Tony says, good thing Greg pulled your hood up or Minnie would have gone after your bald spot. We'll have a bald spot. Knock it off.
John is a Faraday bag. Oh, that's funny.
All right, Greg, wrap her up.
We've got a lot of starred comments to get to.
That's what Greg said on prom night.
Speaking of living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast, says, I think the less we hear from Rule, the better. It's time to see it on the field.
Agreed.
TSD says, Minnie managed Dylan's NIL deal at Oregon, which we joked about earlier. Minnie ruined my joke. Hoss popped in earlier, says, Greg looks like he smells like beer and cheese. Thank you for that. P.S. Katie and Lane say hi. Hi to you, Hoss, and your wonderful family. We're going to pass that one. Nebraska Strong says that brings up a good point, Greg. We need to be recruiting a lot more athletes from Nebraska. Rule has done an absolute piss poor job recruiting from Omaha schools. Yeah, it's not really, even though he transferred to Millard South, like Trey Taylor's not a Nebraska kid. You know, he's his career at Nebraska or in a Nebraska high school. But, and this goes back to what I said about, you know, like I just want kids who want to be here. And somebody else said that maybe it didn't get starred, but better to have, here we go. Nebraska Strong says, rather have a roster of 1- and 2-star players that are from Nebraska and love Nebraska more than anything versus a roster of 5- and 4-star players with none of them being from Nebraska. Even the Husker teams of old, you know, like the 90s teams, they sprinkled it. You have to have a good blend of both. You know, you have to have the guys, the kids who are from Nebraska who understand the legacy and what it means to the state, sprinkled in with some, you know, talent from out of the area that you just can't get in the 500-mile radius. So, but again, I don't necessarily disagree. A few comments here regarding Amir Brown. Let's see. Matt says that Brown is tight with Trey and Tay, and that Trey's early commit affected the next generation of players. Both are. I didn't know that they were tight. That's encouraging to hear. Let's see. There was another thing about so maybe that it lends better news for Amir Brown not flipping to Alabama, but it's tough when he says all he's thinking about night and day is Alabama. So we'll see. Let's see. We were talking about what has been good for Nebraska, what's not been good for Nebraska, and Pitt says, to be fair, Nebraska has not been good for Nebraska. Talking about the Big Ten not being good, because Dondre says Big Ten's not been good for Nebraska.
Brett screwed Brett. That's what it is, Greg. Brett screwed Brett.
And since it got mentioned earlier with basketball, the best Nebraska-related thing I've seen all week is Fred slapping the phone out of that Iowa D-bag's hand.
Hoiberg, not me. Totally unrelated.
No, because you wouldn't have slapped a phone out of somebody's hand. You would have put a fist against the nose.
Yeah,
or
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the eye.
We don't take no shit.
Nope.
Pitt said just got here. This was 9:51. Looks like Minnie's been beating Greg again. It's true. The war wounds, man. The war wounds.
Blink twice if you're in danger, Greg. It's okay.
He's fine.
Greg fell down the stairs.
Rostovsky says Minnie looks like she wants to be drumming her fingers on the table. Are you not enjoying the catch up of the starred comments, Minnie?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Minnie has to pee. You can tell.
Oh,
Jackson Johnson's here. Hello, Jackson.
Yes.
Says, what's up, Cornhusker Nation?
Tell Publix.
Brasco Rascal says he'll reach out to Minnie and remind her not to watch the games, the tournament games.
Thank you. Yeah, just what I want is people asking me not to watch the games right before I turn it on.
Yeah, don't do that. And then the last starred comment of the night is all about America. Not political, mind you, but gold medal at the Olympics. U.S. women's hockey won the gold today, beating Canada on a sick crossover move to win it. The U.S. women's hockey gold medal champions at the Milan Olympics. So, and doing it against our neighbors to the north, which I don't know if either of you follow Olympic women's hockey, but it almost always comes down to Canada and the U.S. So
that's cool.
Good. Glad we won.
U.S. Nobody? Really?
I was doing it. It was over here.
Okay.
What are you doing?
We're chanting USA.
Say.
Look at that.
USA.
Look at that. Look at Minnie go. There we go. Now we're all on the same page. Look at that.
Flag here.
Synchronicity. Uh-oh. Betsy Ross. Oh.
There's my flag.
Okay.
I don't have one. Sorry. Next week.
And does the U.S. women's hockey team coach have a podcast? If it does, I guarantee you it's about winning. All right.
Way to stay on brand, Matney. I love it.
Yeah. Consistency is what matters. So I had a flashback to Lake Placid. Do you believe in miracles?
Heard Frost had flashback to Lake Placid after too much whiskey.
Okay, Greg.
I think we're done.
Hey, by the way,
that does it for this week's episode of a 5 Hard podcast.
On me closing the show
For all of the people here tonight.
No. By the way, the 1980 U.S. Olympic men's hockey team is where we get the tremendous line that the name on the front of the jersey is a hell of a lot more important than the name on the back.
Okay.
So, with that being said, that'll do it for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast. We appreciate all of you for spending your Thursday evening with us with tremendous gratitude. We know that you have lots of entertainment options, and for some reason, you still come back here week after week. Yes. You're gluttons for punishment, and we love you for it. So, for my esteemed colleagues, Minnie Hunt, Fred Sacco, I'm Greg Mahochko. This is the 5 Heart Podcast, and we remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
USA. And go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Good night.